Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Plays, followed by It's Dark, It's Nuke, and this and that, and welcome to the Gorilla Podcast.
So, boys, as we know, the wretched year of 2020 has finally ceased to an end, right? So, boys, we're in 2021. Hopefully, none of the bad energy carries over, and we have a great year this year. I hope all of you guys have a really good year, and none of the drama carries over. So, boys, let's get into the first topic about the New Year's.
Well, Happy New Year is brand new year now. It's last year was a year we do not want to remember, that's for sure. All the cancel culture, COVID-19, of course, something we really probably can't talk about on YouTube's guidelines. But yeah, staying inside was probably my least favorite part of it. A lot of deaths of actors. Fortunately, Kobe's death and a lot of other things we'll remember. But moving on to the new year, hopefully these things don't happen, and we just have to stop all this internet garbage, let's just say.
It was internet garbage. Like, Chadwick Boseman dying, right? You had the Black Lives Matter riots for no apparent reason, like the looting. And then, probably the highlight of the Black Lives Matter riots is when, I think it was Jake Paul or Logan Paul got arrested for looting.
Yep.
That was the highlight of it.
Logan.
I thought they got arrested because they had like weapons in their house or something, like illegal weapons they weren't supposed to own.
Those are
Borders cannot go a single year without being into some major controversy. It's either Jake Paul, Logan Paul, or both of them. Usually it's both of them, but this year Logan Paul had a flawless year. He didn't get into any trouble.
Logan Paul did pretty good this year. Not a single controversy.
No, did he get into wasn't Logan Paul KSI 2 this year?
No.
No, they already did that. KSI won. KSI won. They tied the first time, then KSI won.
Oh, this dude on TikTok is still getting canceled. This Dylan LeMay dude. If you guys don't already know who this is, to the viewers out there, it's this verified TikTok creator. He's probably the most chill person I've ever seen. He's heavily Catholic, and he makes literally just cake videos for a living. I don't see what's wrong with him, but apparently people are calling him out for being homophobic. They somehow found out evidence that he said he supported conversion therapy, the process of turning someone from homosexual to straight, which is what they use in Iran because it's illegal, of course. But there is literally no evidence whatsoever of him doing any of this stuff or saying it. I'm pretty sure he made a Christian cake before, and someone in the comments had said something. They said, "Do you support conversion therapy?" He did not know what that meant, and replied with a, "I don't know, possibly yes." And the entirety of TikTok is now on his ass. He tried to apologize to them with one video, not only that, but two others. And he even tried his absolute hardest. He made, 2 pride cakes and, restoration of it, and they still won't forgive him for it. And this is why, TikTok is
saying he's doing it on purpose to get his fame back or something. I saw in the comments.
But they don't bring you no mercy. If they cancel you,
it's annoying. It really pisses me off. They don't give mercy to a hardworking college student. He's like 23 years old. He's obviously has some shit going on in his life if he literally has to do all this crap work every day. And not only on that, but on top of it, he's getting harassed by the entire TikTok community, if you even want to call it that.
It's not really a community at this point. It's just working against big creators.
Maybe Trump's idea of banning TikTok wasn't that.
I'm honestly starting to agree with you.
But okay, so basically the TikTok community at this point is literally just a group of blue hair ACAB Emily's who are trying to get rid of the biggest creators on the app just to make themselves feel better, right?
There's currently a verified creator commenting on his video, doxing him. Leaking his information, listing it in the comments. So he's commented,
another verified creator,
transgender or something. So I'm just gonna say they are posting, random things. They're saying, by the way, we know his name is Dylan now. He lives in Michigan. Okay, so literally they're doxing him. Okay, that's nice.
Okay, wait, so another verified creator is doxing him, right?
Yep, they're not doxing him, but they're listing off information about him in a very sarcastic, melatonin way, and it's kind of retarded to see. Not gonna lie.
If he's watching this, he probably will never watch this, right? But he could actually take on legal actions, right? And get the ACAB transgender Emily in jail.
No. This is what he can do. I have a lot of knowledge on IP doxing. What he could do is, he could track once he gets doxed, he can like call like the non-emergency line or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then tell them to come over, and then trace back where the IP docs came from, and it'll give them the address and everything. They'll just send them over there and arrest them.
Mm-hmm.
He could literally do that.
Or it could be an epic pro gamer
I
and send them
don't
back a
think
grab a file
what's the
link.
threat to
But if they link him, it's
what's
most
the
likely
threat of
to be
an
that store he's
underweight,
working at.
grown adult male who literally ruined their body? I really don't know what the threat of that is. To a male wearing a skirt, you know what I'm saying? There's no threat. It's
I
not a
know,
threat.
like these ACAB Emily's.
Alright, off the toxic part. Okay, listen. Off the toxic part, does anyone want to talk about how Mr. Beast came in clutch this year with
he
with his
literally got that
own
gulag
personal YouTube rewind?
Yeah,
you got
so
that clutch, right?
basically, YouTube 2020 Rewind was canceled because YouTube doesn't do what the community wants ever, and it was basically revived for the past 2 years by PewDiePie. But this year, Mr. Beast, out of all people, wanted to take on the 2020 YouTube Rewind, and he actually did a pretty dang good job. It was actually better than YouTube's efforts because he actually listened to the community. He took advice, and of course, Ben Shapiro had to be inside of it, so that was made it
Not
even
Shapiro.
better.
It's Shapiro.
And my Shapiro. And the best part is that he dedicated 2 whole segments to the Simp Kings themselves, Corpse Husband and Dream. It was a roller coaster of events because you literally got to see every big thing that happened on the platform this year that YouTube wouldn't have done. They would have showed some, not to sound sexist, but they would have shown they would have shown a woman like doing sports, like over
Instead of
someone
like a man doing something that was like better, yeah.
yeah, that was a million times better. Like I was
If a
scrolling.
creator on the platform is capable of making a better rewind than YouTube themselves, I think that's a sign that they need to get their shit together a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little
So
bad.
like this, like
Like they had a lot of favorite YouTubers in there.
And of course, it's Mr. Beast.
Like
It's
Matt
Jimmy
Pat,
Donaldson,
Jade
like the
Animations.
god himself. And if you hate Jimmy Donaldson or have tried to cancel him ever in your life, you're probably a shitty person living in a mansion from your top 3rd floor with your daddy's money on an iPhone 12 Pro Max.
when they
Probably
try-
commenting that you live in a poor society when you literally have
Mr.
millions of
Beast
dollars
doesn't
of
even
wealth.
use his own money for personal benefit. He gives
Exactly.
Right,
away
he
his
gave
money.
away
He
$1
never
million
uses it for
of
personal
food.
benefit. He lives
I think he
in a normal house. He lives in a normal house, just like everybody else,
right.
Yeah.
Yet
and he
yet the Emily's
doesn't just spoil himself.
right.
Yeah.
Yet the Emilys are still trying to cancel him for saying my gender
You
is
try
an
to
attack
cancel someone who
helicopter.
literally does everything you want him to, but you still want to find a flaw with them. It's just how cloud chasers work. They literally scan for every single evidential thing they have on someone who is actually successful, who has a good life on social media, who is actually high up in the world after probably getting out of depression, because you know that's how every content creator works. They don't usually have the best life, but they try to ruin it for him simply because that's just the main thing they do in life.
They
Oh,
just to
girl,
make themselves
have you
feel
guys-
better.
all those people, I swear, they just want to ruin your career every chance they get, and it's called clout chasing. Like the Pyrocynical situation with Ivory, the 15-year-old furry who tried to ruin his entire career after taking things out of context completely, and it almost was convincing for a week. Pyrocynical's chat was raided with hate comments. He was losing subscribers by the second. He literally was probably gonna give up. He hadn't posted for 2 weeks because he wasn't literally able to talk over all the hate comments he was getting. But of course, he's Pyrocynical, so he came in clutch. Made it a video
Dude, I'm not-
explaining and
I'm not-
debunking the entire situation. But the
I'm not
fact
gonna
that
lie.
he get that
I
close
really
to
did think
false allegations.
Pyrocynical was guilty until this video came out, because he made some really good points in that video, and he pointed out like he seriously doesn't know like
Right. And,
her age, or I mean his age. My apologies.
right. And
he just
how are we gonna
made some
listen?
very serious points, like on
How are
Twitter.
we gonna listen to out of context clips from a 15-year-old? That makes no sense, right? And
Yeah.
it just like the whole situation makes no sense at all, because obviously he has
And there was even multiple videos of people cynical for nothing now that he's proven himself innocent. Like I've seen people like with Pyrocynical bobbleheads or whatever, just rip the bobbleheads off of the toys and
I throw him in the
they
trash.
take his t-shirts and throw them in the trash, light them on fire,
That's really
rip them in half,
intimidating.
all
That's
for nothing.
The fact that like
actually
men
really
are such a
intimidating.
Literally
it
all.
sounds really stupid, but I feel like men are the ones who are being jeopardized this year. It's straight white
Yes.
males who are in jeopardy of
Right,
stuff.
because it's
I
kill
had to literally admit that he was a furry to the
Mhm.
entire world to save his career. Like that's yikes, man.
right, and it's kill a man until a gay black man dies, right? So
Not
all
only that, it's just kill men because they just hate us and they want everybody. They literally have a moral and physical advantage over us. Of course, not with their body, because Gen Z's like this. Guys, I'm behind a screen. So, guys, look at me type on my keyboard. I'm so strong. And they use the Gen Z profile picture for Biden and all these things, thinking they're the strongest whatever you call it nowadays, generation. And then you see those Gen Zs in real life, probably 4'7", underweight, under height for their age, fifth grader who, probably sounds like this. It gets bad.
Right. And like,
if you get offended by a joke over the internet, please just leave for Mars.
And like,
man.
even worse is that like I'm scrolling through my TikTok For You page, and then I'm just finding videos of little Gen Z kids on Omegle, like cursing people who have literally a Trump flag, right? So
Yeah, 'cause
we're
if you-
basically jeopardizing people who've voted for someone that you don't believe in, which is the complete opposite of how a democracy should and would be held. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like they wonder why we don't support them. They do all of this stuff, and then they question us on why we don't support them. Like, listen, I'm not homophobic. I just don't support. And here's
Exactly.
the thing:
Yes,
I
I'm
would
here.
support, but I can't. I have religious reasons. I have excuse me, I cannot speak. I have religious reasons for not being able to support them.
As well.
Same.
Just can't. I cannot do it.
I don't care if somebody's gay, but just like
I don't
I
care,
really
but
don't
it's not my
understand,
favorite thing. If I see it, I don't be disrespectful. I don't like go that's disrespectful. If I
Yeah.
see it in public, I'm like, okay, I don't care.
I wouldn't
Then there's
mind like
people who force it on you. They literally
Force
dress
it on
like
you.
circus clowns. They have 30 piercings on their face to make it blatantly obvious that they're homosexual. They literally make it their entire personality based around it because they obviously had no friends and they definitely had no internet monitorization by their parents when they were little, okay? Because if you don't monitor your kid when they're like 10 or 12, literally I know 12-year-old kids who have My Little Pony you know what in their freaking phone, like 2 terabytes of that shit.
and then,
It's just
and then
you know-
like the same kids who are like
Here's the
that
interesting thing,
literally
though.
watch
You know
Obi
the
the Walrus
conversion
and they
therapy
shine.
topic we were talking about.
Yeah.
They literally try to convince people to join them, like the LGBT
Right.
community.
Mhm. They
Because
force
I
it
had
on you.
I had an experience. See, we were just like poking around at LGBT servers, just messing around and crap, and like they kept on trying to convince my friend to like come out of the closet or whatever.
Yeah.
And they kept on trying, like, come on, we know you're gay, come on. And he was like, no, stop. It's just so
Right.
weird.
the fact that they try to force it is just bad. Alright, I'm gonna take a break for about 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some food real quick. I'll be back.
Okay, but like on the high note, the YouTube Rewind, the whole like dream almost face reveal was actually kind of funny. And like it was literally just George Not Found literally promoting Dream. It was hilarious because like everyone was like, "Oh, Dream is definitely one of the biggest creators, right?" Literally someone who cheated on their speed runs. They're trying to.
he's overrated
he-
though.
He is like
Acting.
technical.
He's literally
Technoblade
told
is so
Twitter
much better.
before that he's probably never going to do a face reveal.
Like
in
he's
a
still
long
like a good person. Like
Technoblade.
he's still like a good YouTuber, or whatever. But he's overrated.
Right, and like he has 11 million subscribers, right? And
Yeah,
he or like
he
12
got
million
most of them
now,
in
right?
this year.
Yeah, he literally had like maybe 10K like 2019, right? So we're basically saying, right, this man is of age, right? He has 12 million subscribers on one of the biggest social media platforms in the world, if not the biggest, right? And all people ask for him is to show his face, right? This man's already making millions of dollars a year from playing a video game, right? A video game that's literally 8 years old at this point, 9 years old at this point, right?
Minecraft's 11.
Oh, 11 at the, oh my god. Okay, wait, so literally, hey, because it's 2021 now.
Minecraft's pretty old.
Yeah, Minecraft was 2009, right? So we're basically saying that
Yeah, it
this
was
guy,
2003.
so this makes no sense, right? He has 12 million, all people ask for him is to do a face reveal, right? You should just do one already, get it out of the way. So people would know what he looks like, right? And like,
What
there's
if he doesn't want to show his face for privacy reasons though? Not just because of that.
I know, but like, people are gonna find his face out regardless, right? Same thing
True.
with Corpse Husband, right? People are gonna find his face regardless, right? So
Oh yeah, they literally found pictures of him as a kid,
yeah,
like a little baby, and
That's
a Batman
crazy.
costume or whatever.
and that was Dream. That was Dream.
That's
in the
how
Batman
ghosts
costume,
are.
right? And he was like Ghost White. It was pretty funny. And so basically, Corpse Husband, he was in the YouTube Rewind too. He was like one of the biggest parts, and he was like in an interview where they literally covered his face, right? Was that not him, or was it the guy who puts audio over other people?
Dude, here's the thing with Corpse Husband. His whole platform is revolved around his anonymity. So
if he ever shows people who he actually is, he's gonna lose popularity.
his face, he gets, especially in internet society today, like, they judge you based off of how good you look, like, whether you want to admit it or not. If he's like some ugly 40-year-old man or something, they're probably going to stop subscribing to him. Like, that's
like,
the whole point.
Yeah, no, I get it for him, but for like someone like for someone like Dream, who all of his friends have done face reveals, even Bad Boy Halo, right? Who's not, he never wanted to really show his face, but he ended up doing it. For Dream not to do it just doesn't make any sense when we could obviously, we know from like his older pictures that he is a white male, right? So we're basically, so we already know he's a white male, right? So we basically just want key features of his face, like eye color and stuff. And didn't he describe it to someone, his eye color and stuff? Like, didn't he have like brown eyes or something? Brown, like, wavy hair. That's what he said to someone. Like, on a live stream dono. Someone on a live stream dono said, can you describe yourself so I could draw you, right? So he's already given off all these identifying features, yet he doesn't want to show his face, right? And he's amassed more than probably, I would say 11 million, because he probably had a few thousand subscribers back in 2019, but he amassed over I'm gonna say 11 million subscribers this year, right? And if he amassed over that much, and there's only 100 that broke 10 million, and they've probably been doing YouTube forever, for him not to show his face, low-key is kind of greedy. Like, he's just asking for more people, right? But Corpse Husband literally gained most of his popularity from Among Us, right? When his old videos were so much better, like his real life horror story encounters. That's what made people. Oh yeah, those were good. That's what made people attracted to him. But of course, since Among Us literally took over the video game world, it died so quickly too. Everyone wants to.
Anyone want to talk about like how Fall Guys literally just
Fall Guys literally
just to get shot?
Fall Guys literally just falled. It falled. Fall Guys fell. It's just terrible. Like I'm so glad
for like.
I'm so glad that it's free on PlayStation Plus. If I actually had to pay for Fall Guys, I would have started crying. Like that game.
Dude, on PC, you have to pay $15 for the game. That's kind of ridiculous.
Fall Guys is
like
3D
I would do
Us.
that.
No, not even close to Among Us. It's like
not really. It's more like a parkour game.
Yeah, it's like Minecraft parkour.
I know, but I was just like talking about the characters, really.
Yeah, no. And Among Us came out before Fall Guys. I've been playing Among Us since literally its launch, right? And it became popular because PewDiePie started. Not PewDiePie. He was one of the first people to start playing it. So everyone's like.
No, it became popular because like this one Twitch streamer who had like a lot of. I can't remember the exact name, but he had like a ton of views that one day. Then he just started playing it randomly, and then a lot of other people started playing it, and then it just skyrocketed from
and like the game isn't very hard. It's a simple code. Literally, you just need a walking code. Like, you need a movement code, a code to call meetings, a code to type, and literally just a code to
yeah, like literally, it got so popular.
It got so popular.
They had to cancel they had to cancel all the other games they were working on and then focus all of their work into Among Us because like so many people were coming into their servers and the servers having news, so they had to focus like all their employees and all their work into one game.
Right, like Innersloth Loki has a good dev team, right? They're gonna make Among Us 2 because Among Us 1. Yeah, and they were going to. They were going to because like Among Us 1 wasn't getting as many players, right? Until the whole Among Us uprising, right? And the game is free to play on mobile and $5 on Steam. So you're getting a $5 profit margin because it's basically a free game. It probably takes a little work to get done. It's not something crazy like a Call of Duty game. And they're making a huge profit over a 2D game.
I mean, I don't really think the game's that bad. I mean,
Yeah, no, I enjoy
it's kind of
playing
a
it.
more like a over and over. It's like
It's
it's
a
the same
game-
thing, but
Mhm. It's
they
the same thing.
consistently came out with new maps,
I know,
like they are now. Like they came out with an airship map. I don't know if it's out yet or if it's coming out, but they have a new map.
I've been playing since there's only one map, right? And when the new maps came out, no one really played the game, so you literally had to pay to play on the new maps, right? Whereas now they're literally free because of the entire Among Us uprising. Also, when I started playing, hats used to cost a lot, like I think $5 to have a hat, and it was only like 5 hats,
To
right?
have a hat.
Right? And like
yeah.
all the pets and stuff, literally, I could care less about having a pet in the game. Because at the end of the day, it's literally just a game that you play with your friends when you're bored. Right? But, like, regardless of like everything bad going on in 2020, it was an amazing year for games, right? So we had
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima. Don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly or not.
Ghost of Tsushima. It's pronounced Tsushima.
Tsushima, right? Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
That game came out and it was like a beautiful masterpiece of a game, right? If they came out, wait, I'm not sure if it does, but if they had an online, I'm not sure if they do or not. But if they had an online, that would be one
I
of
never.
the
I
top
watched
games.
PewDiePie play it. I think there's only a story mode.
Yeah, me too. But
What
like
did PewDiePie play?
Ghost of Tsushima, right? So
Oh, that.
Yeah.
yeah, and at that same time, he literally got his PSN leaked. That was pretty fun, and everyone kept like trying to add him on stream and stuff. But basically, that game was a huge. It was basically Red Dead 2, right? The same mechanics and like same type of story, but in a lot earlier age of time, and it was a much more thorough experience to play, even though Red Dead 2 was like one of the top games, right? And then like
Ghost of Tsushima had high like expectancy. Like everyone was expecting this game to be like
Wow.
one of the best games. Did you know it actually got Game of the Year for this year, 2020?
Did?
Or wait,
I
no, it
wouldn't be
didn't. Sorry, I was
surprised.
thinking of another.
and then like Cyberpunk came
No.
out. Cyberpunk came out
They
this
actually
year.
didn't. It should have been Ghost of Tsushima, but yeah.
Cyberpunk came out this
Cyberpunk
year. It was an
was-
absolute dumpster fire, right? That game literally came out.
Cyberpunk 2077
Yeah.
was one of the biggest gaming failures in history.
I know it came out.
Okay, so
and it died
this is literally what happened. People started playing the game. No, it's not that it died. It's because there was so many bugs and
Bugs,
glitches.
yeah.
What happened is basically we had whoever made Cyberpunk. I don't know their company name, but basically people who were expecting the game to come out, they kept on sending them like death threats and crap, telling them to release the game. So they decided to release the game early. First, it was terrible. There was like bugs. There was
It's basically COD Zombies over again. That's literally what
player
it was.
models in the air, people's clothes coming off random, and then people started. There was like glitches in Cyberpunk. I was like, so if you send them death threats and they release the game early, then why would you complain that they have forced to release the game early?
Right,
and there was
and then,
bugs inside of that game.
Literally, I think it was Ricky Bearwick. He ran into
If I'm being-
a guy. What? Nukes talk.
If I'm being kind of honest, it's low-key kind of their fault just a bit because they kind of released it early, or not released it early, but presented it early.
Yeah, they did, and like
It was a game that was 8 years in the making.
I
Still
know.
wasn't finished.
It's
Dang,
basically
really?
just GTA 6.
Yeah,
But
GTA
I think it
without
was
Lester.
Ricky Bearwick. He ran into a guy in a wheelchair. He accidentally pulled out his gun. The guy got out of his wheelchair and started running. Right? So
Wow.
I saw that.
that
Yeah.
was one of the weirdest bugs that I've ever seen. And like things in this game, like GTA 5 is
Dude,
literally
the
7
hate-
years
the
old
hate got
and has
so
better
bad.
mechanics. GTA 5 is 7 years old and has better
Yeah, the hate
mechanics.
got so bad.
Yeah.
They had to wipe Cyberpunk 2077 completely from PlayStation stores.
Yeah, they
Like
did.
they took it out
They took it
completely.
out digital.
Like
Now you only
literally
get a
everyone
disc.
who was streaming the game at the time, like it was all shut down. Like you were in the middle of a game, and as soon as it got took off the store, everything just black.
And then you could get a refund if you wanted to. That was one of the stupidest
Yeah, you could
decisions ever.
Get a refund. Most people couldn't get a refund. Actually, that people are really mad at Sony because they're having issues getting a refund.
Right, and then
It's like,
GTA
Anime
5, a
Cyberpunk?
game that's 7 years old, has better mechanics because in Cyberpunk 2077, you could jump out of a car moving 60 miles an hour, you'll land directly on your feet. But a game that, like GTA 5, literally 7 years old, and it actually has realistic mechanics, right? And
Yeah.
the only amazing feature...
GTA 5 has gone through a lot in the past 7 years.
I know it has, but it got more updates. It got the KO Pierco heist, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Kyle Perico.
And it's so much better than Cyberpunk.
Payro. I don't know.
The Kyle Perico.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Right. I
The
don't play much of
Payo-
GTA,
it's the
but
Payo something.
I know about it. So they added new locations to the game, and it's a lot.
And you can't even
more-
go in free roam though.
Mhm.
But it's good for what it is.
Yeah, and the story mode is still as fun to play as ever, right?
Yeah, but didn't they say they were gonna add DLCs to story mode?
They,
never
they
did.
might. If they do, that's more story, and that's a lot more fun. And like,
And they need to add a main
Cyberpunk
account.
still isn't in the PS Store. It's not. It's not in the place. It's not in PSN Store anymore. Like it's still not in. It's still not in there.
yeah, no,
They removed it like a couple weeks before, but
play
it's
it right
still
now.
not.
like I saw that on
You
Twitter.
can?
I saw that on Twitter. The first thing I did, turned on my PS4, saw it was removed from the store, and I was like, looks like I'm not getting Cyberpunk, right? And then I'm
You're gonna
glad
get
I wasn't
that
gonna get it
Wow.
anyways. 'Cause,
Right?
like the bugs and glitches are like nah.
yeah, I'm glad that
You're
I
gonna get the disc.
I didn't. I might. I'm not sure. I might get it on PC. But like the only relatively amazing feature of like Cyberpunk is the character customizing. Right?
Yeah.
That
Like,
was
you can
like
make your bigger.
yes, you can. That was probably the best part. Like all the streamers were like, "Oh, I can't show this," but like XQC went straight in, and he was like, "Boys, hat or no hat," right? Right? That's literally his entire stream for like 2 minutes. It was like hat or no hat, guys. Hat or no hat, right?
Yeah.
So like he reposted the whole thing to his YouTube, and that was like fun to watch at like 3 in the morning, right? I started watching it like an hour of it every day. I don't know. It's like it was so fun to watch because like he does not care, and then like yeah, he has the like dumbest reaction. So he gets hit in game with a nightstick. He moves back in real life. It's so funny. And then like what other games were released this year? Oh, Warzone. That game is an absolute banger for a free title. It's literally
Oh yeah.
it's literally what
Oh,
Warzone had millions.
Guys, what do you think about Red Dead Online being its own game?
the map is way too small.
I've never played, so I can't speak on the topic.
Right, so like
Oh.
we had Warzone released this year, and Warzone is an absolute like it's literally Fortnite.
I'm back.
We have Monkey Man
Dang.
back.
Hey.
Bunga bunga.
But so basically
Bunga
like
bunga.
Warzone is what Fortnite wanted to be, right? A game that a bunch of people
Yeah.
wanted to play based
About
off.
Cyberpunk and basically all the
Fortnite
games.
removed
that came out
building
this
a
year.
good game.
I mean, no, you can't remove building from a game that literally is only basis building. Like that's what
Yeah.
changes it around the battle royale. No, the reason Fortnite's not a bad game. I mean, it's a bad game right now, and no one wants to play it. Is not multiple things. The community is awful. It's 9-year-old children. Number 2, the game is just sweaty as hell. Lots of people who
And
took
go
that
in arena if you want to be
Fine.
sweaty.
cannot compete with these sweaty tryhards who literally inject themselves with G Fuel to crank 90s on you.
Mhm.
Like it's really.
And like was it this year? Escape from Tarkov, was that this year?
Inject yourself with G Fuel.
Imagine
Because-
doing G Fuel like you do heroin.
Oh, Escape from
I was trying
Tarkov was
my
actually
best not to burst out
2017.
laughing.
Escape from Tarkov blew up this year, right? The game came out in 2017. It was basically H1Z1, and it got so much better over the year, right?
Dude,
Like-
Tarkov was just PUBG and H1Z1 had a baby.
It
Like, come
really
on.
is. It's third person. H1Z1 was first person. Same things from H1Z1, just third person from PUBG, right? The game got for $40 and it only being on PC isn't. It's not really a good deal at all because I could literally just go onto my computer or PlayStation, download Warzone, and get a better experience from it, right? And it is free. You can't beat anything. No battle royale can compete with
nothing's better
Warzone
than
right
free.
now. no battle royale
Not-
can compete with Warzone right now. And
That's why it's the top, and especially due to the fact that they have 3 games currently, 3 different games. Well, 2 different games: Cold War and MW multiplayer. You can literally play both of those games, and it will actually like the more grinding in those 2 games will literally help you play even better in Warzone. That's what I love about it. That's what
Yes.
makes the game good. It's free, right? The game is free. It has that free label, and it literally is free. But you want to buy the other game so you can actually get the full experience of Warzone, where you
Right.
buy all the weapon packs, all the things, so you can get like weapons, you get the
you get
multiplayer, so you
faster
can level up.
leveling. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually enjoy it. I mean, I have Damascus and MW, so that was really fun to have, like, nice ass camo to flex on everyone in Warzone. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
I think
is fun.
that's really a sales tactic.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it
That's really a
is.
sales tactic.
It's just to get you more in-game time.
That's why it succeeded. I feel like it's not
Buy
going to
the other
succeed.
game to get access to the other weapon packs.
Because,
Like,
League 10
if I'm not correct, you had to buy Cold War to be able to access Cold War weapon.
No.
If I'm not correct, right?
No. It was free to everyone. It's just
Yeah,
that
okay.
they Cold War messed up, right? They added guns like the MAC-10 and the MAC-10 is an app. The DMR wasn't bad like before the Warzone.
Don't even get me
integration.
started on the Mac. You use the Mac 10, go touch grass. Like honestly.
Oh no, the reason
Seriously.
the Cold War weapons are bad in in Warzone is because in Cold War you have 150 health, right? In MW you have 100, but of course
That's
in
actually
Warzone you have
250 in Warzone. Yeah.
in Warzone. But in Cold War, you actually have 150 in multiplayer. So the damage profiling of the weapons is like, imagine taking Black Ops 4's weapons and putting them in Modern Warfare 2. The weapons do way too much damage. And that's the reason the Cold War weapons are just way too broken in Warzone, especially some of them were not
Right.
actually completely balanced.
the
It wasn't a
weapon-
cop.
The
From-
weapon balancing was messed up. They literally grabbed the DMR's damage from Cold War and put it into Warzone.
It wasn't a complete copy paste, but there were some things that they didn't put too much effort into, like you're saying. They did balance some things, like the MP5 from Cold War. They balanced the Mac-10's not balanced whatsoever, but it at least doesn't have infinite range like the freaking
I
DMR-14
know,
does.
the DMR is literally a 3-tap to the body from infinite range. It's better than
Yep.
a sniper. It makes
War
no sense.
was
It's better
the
than- it's
time to
better at
kill.
being a sniper
It
than
is
a sniper.
awful.
It's
It is so
literally-
awful.
It's literally the FAL's big brother. That's-
But the FAL
Like, I
at least
literally
had
have to find
recoil,
myself
the
playing
FAL at
hardcore.
least had limited range. The FAL at least had limited everything. This gun is just way too broken, dude.
I know. It's literally better than the Kilo at its prime, the Bruin in its prime, the FAL on its prime. Literally better than every single gun in its prime. Times
Yeah.
2. It makes no sense. Right? So, and then there's these little try-hard little Timmies that run overkill. This is their class setup. The DMR, a stim
And then
text
Mac 10.
grenade, a stim shot for no reason in Warzone, and a Mac-10.
True.
It makes no sense.
Man, all I'm saying is at least this Call of Duty had a campaign. Like, oh my god.
Oh, if it didn't have a
Right.
campaign, I would have gone insane. Like,
Yeah.
That's where they never make
Yeah.
campaign
When a
trees.
stem shot in Warzone could actually be useful, because like let's say you get caught in the gas or something, and you gotta
and you need an
It's
extra
run
boost.
far.
Stim shot's
Yeah.
decent in Warzone, but I recommend. I mean, yeah, actually, I would probably use a stim shot over everything else. That's what I have been doing for a while.
That reminds me.
I've been
That
using
reminds me of the
Heartbeat.
glitch. Like, you guys,
Yeah, no,
do you
the
guys remember
glitches.
the stem shot glitch?
Yeah, they brought it back.
Like, yeah, they would
It's back. And like
Inject
invisible glitches, it's
themselves
terrible.
over and over again. You'd survive in the storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I'd
they
rather
brought it
see
back.
Warzone for.
Not the storm, but the gas. You
Before
could
every other
go into
game
the gas
happened.
and then just continuously eject yourself over and over, and you would survive, and you would win the game. While
Right.
the other person died to gas. This is unfair.
Right, and then like Cold War got okay. No hate to like Treyarch and Raven, right? But Cold War got rushed. It really did. We didn't need it. We didn't need it, but it was
They
good,
didn't even admit it was rushed.
right? It was so rushed. I remember like day one, all you would see like day one. There's like five people online, right?
Day one, bro, I was literally playing on Xbox. I want to tell you a story. My Xbox crashed at least 30 times within the first 2 weeks, and I literally was playing for 10 hours consecutively. My Xbox shuts off and loses that entire 10 hours alone. And then you have that happen 20 more times to me. Literally in zombies mode, I unlocked diamonds,
Okay.
played diamond snipers, and then it lost all my progress the
What-
past 2 days because my Xbox shut off.
Mm.
I got so pissed.
When I downloaded the beta, there were so many glitches. Like, I kept on getting kicked out of my game. The application kept closing on me. There was some monitor screen glitches, and trust me, I already checked. It wasn't my monitor, it was the game. Like, there was dead pixels in the bottom, and
That was the
like
big
literally, like
game.
whenever you logged into the game, there was like pixels like around the like headline and crap.
Yeah.
And whenever you got killed in the kill cam, there was like dead pixels just everywhere, and it would only go away when you like actually got back into the game with your weapon and everything.
Didn't load in.
Right, and then like
Oh yeah, it's not. Oh, things didn't even load in. remember
the
that too.
craziest thing. So I was in the Cold War beta. There's this guy really racist saying N-word all over the place. My cousin tells me when the game releases, he was playing, he ran into the same exact guy saying the same exact things. And it was just because day one Cold War, there was no players online. It was literally just little kids or diehard Call of Duty fans. So you literally couldn't get any kills. I played hardcore day one. There's literally, I think it was 3-on-3. There wasn't enough there wasn't enough players to fill.
Damn.
Right, and then
It was garbage.
And then like one of the biggest things this year was Minecraft's like uprising again.
Yep. The Dream
then, like,
Uprising.
Oh yeah, that was
Dream
awesome.
Uprising. And then like PewDiePie, he ended
I
like
thought
the Minecraft
Minecraft
series.
Uprising was in like
I
2019.
wish he had Minecraft
It
series.
started in 2019. It ended
Yeah,
basically this
2019.
year.
That was like the best. I love that series. But
And
the
then
Dream
like,
has
he ended it this year.
use a remotely the video has
One thing we can respect for is bringing Minecraft back alive.
Yes.
The boys love Minecraft.
Yeah.
if you talk about anything related to Dream on YouTube, it's gonna blow up. One of my closest
That is true.
YouTubers from TikTok who also makes commentary, Jaden, if you've ever seen his YouTube channel, his past 10 videos have been extremely successful. He's got 500k here, 532k, 262k, a million, and for a YouTuber with 55,000,
So that's why you guys talk about dreams so much.
yeah,
Makes sense now.
Because they sent
you get a lot of viewership. Like for some reason, Dream is trending everywhere. I mean, it makes sense, but
Yeah.
you make a video remotely about the situation, you're gonna hit recommended, guaranteed. You just gotta be first to do it, of course.
Crazy.
Like you're not gonna watch 27 people say the same thing consecutively, of course.
Yeah, no, but like with Dream, it's literally manhunt this, manhunt that, manhunt,
Yeah.
manhunt, right? And people are still
never just
consuming his
casual
content.
Minecraft.
People are
Yeah.
still consuming his speedruns, right?
This content is all Minecraft, right? But it's always different things in Minecraft. It's always something different. And
It's
you
really
feel
like, I coded Minecraft so that every single block, when I break it, turns into something else, right?
Yeah, like
And it's literally stuff like
diamond
that. He
has
can
gold.
never just casually play Minecraft on stream or something. He always needs to
Minecraft, people
speedrun.
would watch it, but it wouldn't be as entertaining. It wouldn't be different. Why would you watch it?
Alright, do you guys want to talk about the Dream cheating scandal?
Oh, yes.
Like, they thought
Yeah.
that Dream cheated. Honestly, okay, let me talk
think
about
it's
like
real.
my view on the whole thing
Insane.
first.
I honestly
Okay,
believe-
just listen real quick. Okay, so basically what happened is Dream uploaded or streamed a speed run, and then basically people were looking at it, and he was trading with piglins.
He
So
got
basically,
too many ender pearls.
yeah, he got way too many ender pearls and just like 6 ingots or something like that. And basically, the people who run speedrun.com, they went in there and they looked at that and they determined that the chances of him actually being able to get that much ender pearls was 1 in 7.5 million, something like that.
right.
It was legit crazy.
And it happened
And
to
then
him
Dream
time
came
after
out
time.
with this.
This entire descriptive video why
Yeah.
they didn't accept Dream speedrun. I'll find his user right here, real quick.
Right, and then like
It's,
if he could really code breaking a block turns into something else, I 100% guarantee that he could code something to give him more ender pearls than normal, or high percentage
Yeah.
ender pearl
oh,
drops.
that's a good point. I never thought about that. I never
Right.
thought about that at all.
So I honestly think it's real, cause there's no way. So obviously he's good at speedrunning, right? But I think the majority of it is literally just from his seeds and from his like ender pearl drops.
No, but here's the thing that makes him suspicious. He came out with a response video, a way to like counterattack the math. So apparently he had like a mathematician who had a PhD. He never gave us a name. He never gave us a school that he went to. He just randomly told his viewers that he had a mathematician with a PhD just on the video. Not a single name we could look up, not a single school we could look for. He just said that this guy was like a mathematician with a PhD.
Yeah, it could be literally.
And guess what? You can't even be surprised, because guess what also happened? The math wasn't even correct. Like,
Oh
they
my God.
analyzed the math again.
Literally
It wasn't even
could've been anyone.
correct.
It could have been a World of Warcraft obsessed 40-year-old man who went to a community college for 1 year, right?
Okay.
And basically, so you said the math was incorrect.
The math and the response video was way off. It was not
Right,
correct at
so
all.
he's literally trying to defend himself with incorrect information, and then he's still wondering why people are giving him hate for that. Right?
I mean,
Exactly. And of course, you're gonna have his.
he's sweating.
You're gonna have
at
all
a
his
game
temps.
that's literally blocks and and secondary binary coding. It's not that much. And to be honest with you, I'm not gonna diss Dream. Like, he's a good YouTuber. He deserves his following. But personally, I don't understand what the hype is around. Of course, like, he's different, but he's just good at the game. And I know being just good at the game is obviously important, but it's only a factor. He's just really good at the game.
Right.
And I see his following base. They're like, they always will find a way to defend him. Like, but Dream is actually amazing in this way. And they'll say like, oh, how taking 30 fall damage by mistakenly falling off a cobblestone block was a 3 million IQ play when he was an obvious mistake. They'll literally follow his
And
path.
you have all the subs on Twitter. They're just gonna be like,
I'll take that 30 fall damage simply because Dream is my favorite. Dream, good speedrunner.
Dream stands like Dark Head inject themselves with G Fuel and play Fortnite all day.
Check himself G Fuel. I love that joke. It's amazing.
It's literally goes along the same thing of like the
G-Fuel.
whole like it turned into a meme. Donald Trump saying to inject yourself with disinfectant, right? To combat COVID-19.
I'm pretty sure that was a joke.
I'm not
sure.
sure it was. It could have not been a joke. He's the type of person to actually say stuff like that.
No, but like, the
If
reason he
it-
did
I don't
it,
even
like,
support Trump. I'm a conservative.
he wanted to, what's it called, to troll the hell out of him. No, dude, he
Well,
knows anything he says, the media will
Suppose.
alter in every way possible. So therefore, he doesn't care. Like, I honestly, if I was in his position, I would literally be playing the meme lord myself as well. Like, if I was in Trump's office, I'd tweet out the stupidest things ever. And I'd get canceled by the media like 3,000 times. I'd make every alt girl in a 20-mile radius wish for my death, and it would be perfect.
Did you guys ever see the clip of him telling Peter, "You're a bad reporter," right? He's literally saying, because it was so Peter was a reporter. He asked him a question, literally did not respond to the question, and told him he was a bad reporter for absolutely zero reason, right? And then like it's stuff like this, like the liberal conservatives and the liberals, right? The liberals and conservatives, yes, right? And then they're like saying stuff
Liberals
about
is the alternative.
and then like it's stuff about like liberal or conservative Christians, right? And how they support the LGBTQ plus A whatever it is, right? And so they're basically saying this, right? And then there's like people on TikTok like that are getting canceled for apparently being like homophobic, transphobic for no reason at all, right?
Dylan LeMay, dude. Yeah,
Right.
so the Dylan, I know the situation pretty well. So the Dylan LeMay dude is a verified TikTok creator, 7.2 million followers, probably dropping by the minute. But anyways, he made a TikTok Christian cake video, making a cake, Christianity. He's highly Catholic. And what happened was someone in the comments decided to ask him a question about whether or not he supports conversion therapy. Of course, that's the act in which someone who's homosexual gets, it's a process when they get turned straight. So it's basically not a good thing. And anyways, he did not know the answer to that question, whether it was wrong or right. He didn't know what it was, so he just said maybe. I guess that video actually got him into a lot of trouble, and he was canceled by the LGBTQ community for like the 300th person.
And it's stuff like this that I don't understand. Like, he knows he did nothing wrong, right? Yet he's still making apology videos showing weakness and like showing that, oh, maybe he actually did do something, right? Like, is cancel culture that's making everyone seem like a criminal even though they haven't done anything to offend them.
They've never learned mistakes. If you can't grow from mistakes, like that's like saying, okay, guys, I've tripped on a pebble in the street and I'm destined to execution because I made a mistake in my life.
Right.
I swear, like, if you don't make mistakes, you don't learn from them, you don't grow. So like, no wonder these alt girls literally were adopted by people or sewer rats off the street. They literally have nothing better to do in their life except ruin someone else's career. Just think about that for 1 minute. They're like, get on their iPhone 11s, start tweeting out about things, send it to Black Twitter so they can just ruin someone's entire career because they said something by mistake.
Right,
Like,
and then trying to redeem himself, he made an LGBTQA plus cake, right? And then they took that as offense for no reason, even though he's trying to like, basically he's trying to honor them, right? To try to get on their good side, and they're taking it as hate for no reason.
He's made 3 TikToks. I'll play the audio.
Look, he had
On May 4th, I created my first cake TikTok. And it was a beautiful day. I was able to meet so many of you, and we were able to come together and create a safe place to hide from all the craziness that's been going on in 2020. But on December 29th, there was some confusion on some words that I said, and people were made out to believe that I support conversion therapy. And by no means do I support conversion therapy. It is a terrible practice that has hurt so many people for so long. And I'm sure that's where a lot of this anger is coming. For that, I am so sorry. I'm sorry for any hurt and pain that this man brought out. But I do not support conversion therapy. My videos have always been for you and for me to be happy and create a joyful, safe place to hide from the craziness that's going on around us.
So he said he doesn't support it, but of course, 76,000 comments. No one accepted his apology. And
Okay,
there's
so-
that N1 person
basically him,
doxing.
but okay, go on.
That's pretty much it.
So basically him not understanding something and just saying probably because he probably thought it was like something good, right? So him just saying probably, right? He said he doesn't know what it is, comma probably, right? And people take that as offense. He literally said he did not know what it was, right? So they're trying to take down a verified creator with 7.2 million followers, 322.5 million likes, right? Just for the fact that he said, I don't know, probably, right? It makes absolutely no sense because they're literally trying to cancel someone who did no wrong.
It's like the equivalent of asking, who did you vote for? And you'd say Trump, and then they flame you for it. It's like there's not 2 right answers. There's no
Yeah.
wrong answer either. It's just whatever one you want to choose, man. And apparently they ask you a question, you tell them your answer, and you can get in trouble for simply answering one of the 2
Yeah,
questions.
and it's literally
You're
only
not
2 choices.
You're not supposed to tell people who you voted for. Like
Exactly,
Right.
but they
that's
force
not-
you to. They put you on the spot. They'll
You
probably,
can't.
like, liberal news reporters will take that microphone, literally shove it down your throat. Answer the question, or you're transphobic, homophobic, racist, xenophobic, every single thing in the entire book. Like,
Yeah.
It's so...
And it's like there's only 2 choices that you could really say, right? So there's a 50-50 chance that they're gonna be on your bad side if they're colored hair blue liberal, right? And right, so there's 2 choices, like multiple if you're including like the smaller parties like the Green Party, the Socialist Party, like the Communist Party and stuff, right?
Even as a communist party makes me a little bit angry, to be honest with
Oh,
you.
you
I
mean
know.
the brainlets?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's the Communist Party of like America. I think that's what it's called. It's sad that Howie Hawkins
Imagine
couldn't
thinking
even get thousands of votes.
communist
Sad that Howie
society.
Hawkins couldn't win a single state, right? And then it's literally 2 answer choices that you
There's
could
a reason
possibly choose.
by the Soviet
I mean, as we can clearly see, the Soviet Union collapsed, Cuba's economy collapsed, China's economy even collapsed before, and ironically, they all supported communism. In fact, they were heavily communist.
Literally no communist country has succeeded.
They
Prove me
haven't. They
wrong.
haven't. And you know what? The socialist reason for supporting communism is simply that, oh, we don't want poor people on the streets. Well, okay, you're gonna have a doctor who works all day, every day, tried really hard in school, and he's gonna be paid the same as a trash
As
worker
a
who
trash
did not
worker.
try.
Like the kid who tried canceling on TikTok for literally saying, spinning his TV remote saying, oh, a trash worker should be able to support his family with the same amount of money that
Oh my god.
that a doctor gets, right? Spinning his little TV remote thinking it's
Listen, your
a
values
rebalancing.
are
You don't try in life. I don't think you deserve. I'm spend this
Your
now.
need.
Never tried. I'm not sure why you really should be. I'm not saying you don't deserve food on the table. I don't say you should die for not trying in life. But
Yeah,
you kind of.
exactly.
is
It's your fault though. It's
But-
not anybody else's fault.
Right, he says he's opposing communism, but then he's literally saying that a trash worker should get paid the same as a doctor.
And I don't think people understand this about charities. Like, sure, you are donating to a cause, but 90% of that money is probably used for shipping costs of it in general. They're probably taking some of it. You never know. You never know what that money goes to, and especially with the BLM thing, they literally were donating money for terrorism, for raiding stores. That
Right.
was What did
Literally
that money
for vandalism and terrorism.
Black Lives Matter. Hey, listen, let's go get a kick out of this. you'll get a kick out of this. The major flaw of Black Lives Matter, they say they're supposed to help black communities and black people. They have not done that. All of their money has gone towards Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders and all of these liberal and socialist politicians. They have not donated a single penny to black communities.
On the BLM official page, they're like, it's
Bernie Sanders.
No, this is what they say here on the what's it called, the
Just like
BLM
the
official
Twitter.
page on Instagram.
Socialism
verified.
is good.
Listen, on the verified page on Instagram about BLM, right here, it's like, it's taken Joe Biden and Kamala Harris 32 days to respond to BLM, and they've done nothing for our cause. ... Literally, Joe Biden milked this BLM thing, and he's not even doing
Joe
anything.
Biden, it's not the black
Oh no! You want me to read out
life
some of the
that
tweets
matters,
by
black
Black Lives
vote
Matter?
for you.
Yep, do it, please.
Oh, so here we go. Black business ownership 40% decline. Eviction risk 40 million people. But they're literally donating to Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. People are already millionaires, right? So, and then they're saying, oh, okay. So this one's actually relatively normal. It's literally Georgia ends voting today at 7 p.m. Eastern. This was like 2 days ago. So that's normal. And they're like, oh, okay, so this one's a little bit far-fetched. So it's like the justice with parentheses injustice, right? Department says what they always say, Black lives don't matter. This system fails to protect black communities, right? And they're literally hurting themselves by donating to Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders, right? And then they continue on in the tweet saying, that's why
They're literally donating to already rich people.
right, and then they say later in the tweet, that's why we have to keep fighting to defund the police. They're defunding the people who keep them safe, by the way, just because, like, literally this year was literally just Black Lives Matter. That was the highlight of the year. And they're like, to honor the lives of those stolen by police and state-sanctioned violence, we thank you, right? So they're basically saying defund the police, the same people who keep you alive, right? More alive than dead, right? People who stop more violence than cause, right? And then you're saying to defund them just because a handful of black people died this year from police violence.
It's been funnier. More white people died from police violence this year than black people.
And then
I'll
all
say
these,
that by,
and then all,
but at the same
and then they're all
it's
like
still-
talking about how many black people there are in jail, when statistically there's literally more white people in jail.
It's really just stupid to think about. Of course, there actually are racist cops out there, like Derek Chauvin was an obvious bias. Of course,
Racism.
it was an obvious biased racist.
And then I'm pretty sure it was 3 cops, and I think it was about Breonna
It's just
Taylor.
a heads up. We're gonna end the podcast at this topic.
Yeah, we're at 52 minutes. But like, okay, so I'm pretty sure it was around Breonna Taylor or someone else. I correct me if I'm wrong. But there was 3 cops posing in positions of like the way that they killed someone. Literally, and they posted it. They posted it to social media. They all got fired.
Wow. It's crazy.
It's like beyond me how like dumb people actually are for no reason at all. And they're literally they're just incriminating themselves. It makes no sense.
All right, you know what? Into podcast, we talked about a lot of stuff, and we're almost about
Plays
an hour. Guys, I think we should end it right now.
Okay,
I'm
wait.
having. Yeah, I'm sorry. You guys think we should end it now?
Okay. Yeah. So who's ending it? Me? Okay, bet. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen, for tuning into the first episode of the Gorilla Cast. It's been this and that. It's dark, it's nukes, and Play's not found. So, guys, please drop a subscription. Maybe I might put this on Spotify. Yeah. We're gonna have a guest next episode. We're not too sure who it is yet, but it might be Scrubby. It might not be. Either way, I hope you guys stay safe this year. It's Happy New Year. And just have a good day in general. So I think that's gonna end it for the podcast. Tune in next week, right? Where we're gonna add a new episode to the books. So